Number 79, let me just get the shared screen up there so we don't forget. And I want to start by dishing praise to, I guess it's worth mentioning for all the new people. We have this praise ritual. It's really cool. It's kind of like a way to do decentralized updates about what's happening in the community, but through the lens of gratitude. So, and all of the praise that is dished during this call and praise that can be dished all the time, 24/7, is actually turns into TEC tokens. So it's a super cool process, and I'll model it for you, and we'll just start passing around. So be ready to give some praise to people. I want to dish praise to Eduardo for always leading a great orientation call. I only caught the last little bits of it, but it seemed like a fun conversation and always a good time. I want to praise Tam, Zeptimus, Chewy, and Wonka, and everyone else who's in Amsterdam right now representing the TEC, bringing in all those cool new friends, and yeah, giving talks and meeting people is always a benefit and pays long-term dividends for sure. I want to praise Gideon, Bear 100, and Mert for taking on leadership of the token economy and financial side of things. It's going to be huge. And is really important for our long-term sustainability. And thank you for stepping up. I can't believe how much progress has been made. And I want to praise Livia for hosting that in the SoftGov channel and giving the space for incubation. And actually, I'll pass it to Livia to also model praise. And actually, Livia, also, if you want to add anything about praise etiquette, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, I think more details on that will come soon because it's easier when it's visible. But the idea is that we give praise for something we're grateful for, and that we can also share a little bit of the impact that had on us or on the community. And I want to praise Tim, Christopher, Zaptimus, Juanca, Nugget, Chewy, and Angela for representing the TEC in Amsterdam and warming our hearts with all their pictures together. I want to praise Gideon for how much he's stepping up on the financial side of things, for sharing his insights, from having conversations with multiple people, always caring about the longevity and the health of the TEC, and the insights you bring are always very fruitful. And I want to praise Edu for asking for help. This week he asked for help for the orientation call and for reaching out to hatchers, to initiatives that we have. And is it overtime already?
Now it is.
Okay, so just finishing the praise schedule, I want to dish praise for him to asking for help and to modeling that in SoftGov too, for opening the space for other people to ask for help as well. And I'll pass to Lauren.
Thanks, Livia. I want to dish praise to Tam for her awesome talk at the Taoist, and Wonka, who also gave a talk at the Taoist. That's awesome. I haven't checked out yet. I want to dish praise to Acid Blazer, Mount Manu for managing the Twitter and adding lots of good ideas in there. I want to dish praise to Griff for running the Steward Council call just recently. Just a short while ago. And and I want to praise Nate for his exciting new announcement. And I want to praise everybody who's in Amsterdam as well. Chewy Tam, Wonka, Lean, and Heather, who's doing hiring. And there's more people I'm missing. But anyway, I want to dish them all praise. I will pass it to Craig.
Yeah, hi. Thanks, Lauren. I'd like to dish praise to Mitch for officially taking over stewardship of the rewards working group. Also, praise to Libby for her stewardship of that group up until this point. It's taken a lot of hands, I know. But to Libby. I'd also like to dish praise to Tam for her Taoist talk and Wonka for his Taoist talk. Amazing exposure for TEC and Gravity. And then I'd like to dish praise to Nate for his forum post on taking a break. Congratulations, and may his orbits be elliptical. And I will pass it to Wonka.
Yeah, I want to praise Bianca Durgadas for always stepping up for leadership in Gravity. Septi, Chris, Nugan, Tam, Angela, Lynn, Jeremy, Streamer, ID, Maffer, Chewy, Heather, Dan Knobs for sharing time and so much love here in Amsterdam, and also praise to Benz for also being like a third wheel there in Gravity always, and Michael Herwer for requesting and trusting in Gravity to participate in Aragon. Also praise to Livy and Aloysius and Nate. Nate for his parenthood, Livy for her constant work and important and impactful contribution, and Aloysius for always um, bringing heart into the table. And yeah, I will pass it to Patty.
Hello, I wanna see first if you can hear me. If the
Yeah, we hear you
internet
great.
is good. Yeah. Okay. Good. So I wanna start praising Angela for being at Amsterdam and giving a talk with Thomas. I wanna praise Thomas as well, and for an amazing workshop that they had. I wanna praise Angie and Anna and Tui from the team that have been working so hard and so in such a beautiful way to promote the academy. And I want to praise Livy for, as usual, the whole support she gives us. I want to praise Peter for keeping up with the Cat study group. Yeah. And I have many praises. I think I'm missing names. But yeah, I think I'm gonna pass it to who hasn't been yet. Craig.
Oh no, Craig already went.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you want to guess again?
Yes. 1 second, Mitch. Yes. Good. Thank you,
Yeah, you
guys.
got it. Yeah, I'd like to praise Zargam and Gideon for the off-the-cuff discussion around generating revenue for the TEC and going deep into the ABC model. G-Way for awesome data analysis and quant data, helping us figure out disagreements needed for quantifiers. Zepp and Nuggin for jumping into the awards working group call and giving us updates on the forum post. Christopher, Matty G, and Nebs for the development on the praise dashboard. Ruben, Sean, Mert for the great presentation on the proposal inverter wireframes and UX. Oh, am I out of time?
No, not yet.
Okay. Ziwei and Nuggin for their work on the RAD dashboard. Myself, Zep, Livia, Nuggin, and Matty G for some really good ideas coming from the reward working group call. And there's a couple I missed, but I'll give it back to you, Griff.
Sure. I'll throw it over to Acid Laser.
Thank you. I want to praise Angie Berry and Anna Tech for all the work they had with TEC Academy Communications. Juanca and Bianca are going to have an AMA with Aragon tomorrow. Edu, because his upcoming presentation representing DC at the London Business School. And Lauren, Mount Manu for your help this week at Twitter. I really appreciate it. And I will pass it to Cow.
He was server muted. Now you're open.
Wait, was that?
It was to Cal.
Oh.
Cal, are you there? You just muted. No, you don't want to dish any praise? Well, how about you take it, DWKT?
Yeah, thank you.
How do you say your handle?
Sorry?
How do you say your handle?
Duked.
Dukes. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. So I just want to praise to Patty, because she actually is the one that got me into TEC in the Taoist Mexico. Now that you are in Amsterdam, guys, it's so amazing. So yeah, like now I'm getting to know much. I'm not currently doing anything into the community yet. I'm just learning about CAD. I am much more about a person that create these type of games and set up the rules to make it fair. So thank you very much, and yeah, here.
Nice. Do you want to try to pass it to someone?
Yeah. Is there any other animal here? Here we have the cow. So
mean-
I don't know who else is still. I can see Mitch. I don't know if you.
Obviously, there's Bear. Bear 100. The other
Bear,
animal.
please.
Why do I get called an animal? What is this?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, hey guys. Well, I would really like to praise everyone, especially actually someone called Mount Manu and Edu, because they're sort of the ones that I've been listening to get oriented. But as a whole, I'm very happy and grateful to be learning about these things. So thank you, everyone, especially Edu and Manu.
Nice. And then we do this thing where we pass it. Do you want to pass it?
Oh, wow. All right. What about Dayagi? Nice to meet
Nice.
you too.
Dayagi? Yeah, there you are.
Still, listening, so you can skip me, please.
Sure, no problem. Welcome to the party, Dayagi. Let's toss let's toss it to Ben's.
Hey, thanks. Praise Wonka, Zepti, and Mayfer for joining the Gravity Sync from Amsterdam. It's good to see you. Livy, Vi, Edu, Gideon, Yanesi for getting synced and getting a metrics meeting on the calendar. Mitch for the quant reminders. That's always helpful. Nate for all the work you've done and congrats, and I hope you enjoy some time off. Jason, Belps, and Borrow Lucid, Christina for joining the writers group last week. Guy and Nate, Gideon, Taxel, Jason, Christina for the co-writing experiment, and Bear for I just see you pop up more and more. So happy to have you in the community and see you around. I will pass. Oh, I haven't been paying as good attention. Diagui.
She said she
What?
was just going to listen. It was a good guess. If you want, I can pass it for you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Ben's. Let's throw it to David.
Hey, thanks, Griff. Hi, everybody. Glad to be at the TEC Community Call this week. with the wonderful events in Amsterdam, Dev Connect happening. And I got to see one of the pictures of the tech crew representing there, and it just looks so great. They all look so happy and right at home to be doing what they're doing what they love. And so praise them for showing up in Amsterdam and making the efforts to get there. Praise Griffin Edu for their tireless efforts in meeting, leading, and being really examples to the rest of us of, if we wonder how we can be in a DAO, just follow them and, take their suggestions. I want to thank Wonk Bell for continuing to put the gravity information out there. I really get a lot from the reading and study materials. And I guess with that, my time is up. So I always feel bad never knowing the right reasons to praise people when I come to get caught up. So yeah, it's hard. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, David. And I can pass it for you. I think there's only 2 people left. Let's throw it to Gideon.
Thanks, Griff. So I'd like to praise Enti for his thinking about asynchronous coordination as a way to improve things in the TEC, and also just like the way he thinks about things and just how he's been diving in and applying his experience to improve this community. It's really appreciated. For Guyan, for his article on transparency and his willingness to use that piece as kind of an experiment in collaborative writing and editing with the Writers Guild. So kudos to him. Bear 100 for ramping up so quickly in this community and finding all these ways. I mean, he's finding all these ways so quickly to like really impact things. I love it. Michael Zargam for like a brilliant stream of ideas on TEC expenses, revenues, and investments. And finally, Livia for being like a model of like soulful, very human organizational leadership. And then I'll pass to Edu. Right?
Wow, well done. Threading the needle. Last one.
There you go. Thank you so much, Gideon. I want to praise Acid Laser for jumping in to helping me with the presentation for London. I want to dish praise to Carlos Zunosis El Bujo for being present in the latest calls and asking questions and making himself at home. I want to dish praise to DWKT for staying after the orientation call. It's so nice to see your interest on the community. I want to praise to Mitch, who joined the orientation call. It was nice to have you there and to share about rewarding working group. And finally, I want to praise to Gideon for our weekly Friday meetings we talk and the workshops that we have been doing. And then I want to praise to Livy for reaching out and even keeping everyone in your mind, even if you have things on your plate too. So that will be all. Back to you, Griff.
Thank you, man. Great timing. Let's see. So then let's get this party started. Welcome to Community Call number 79. You probably all enjoyed the praise round, the decentralized updates and gratitude session that we start every community call up with. It doesn't happen just on the community calls. You can just praise anytime you want in the Discord /praise. You'll get the prompts. It's really fun. You definitely want to try to be especially impactful. We quantify the praise so people will actually read your praise, and if you shill really hard, they'll get more. The praise recipients will get more TEC tokens. So don't be shy. Spend the extra time to write out what you really, how the impact of that praise was, so that quantifiers can give you extra pump. Also, we like to start off the call a little bit with some like a screenshot. So feel free to turn on your videos, and we can all take a quick screenshot and get some smiling faces up there. Show everyone who decided to make their way to the community call this week. And I'll read off the vision. So our vision of the TEC, for the TEC, we want to create a world and enable the creation of ethical, safe, resilient, and diverse economic systems to benefit societies around the world. That's the kind of thing we're trying to create here. Thank you for jumping in and helping us do it. Okay, we're free. Screenshot. Boom. Okay, next one. The other thing that I always like to remind people of is that there is always time to resolve conflict. Gravity is one of the children of the TEC. We're so excited about resolving conflict as soon as you can. A stitch in time saves 9. A stitch in time saves 9, and that counts for relational fabric of a community as well. So get in there. Tell us when there's a conflict. You can message any of the active gravitons over on this side of the Discord. You'll see like a list of active gravitons that you can message if you see something that could be better in interpersonal relationships. Or you can fill out this type form, which is linked in the slides, and you can then just anonymously even say what the issues are, so that behind the scenes people can come through and try to cool it off. Another thing that keeps us flat and well organized is advice process. So anytime you have to make a big decision, make sure that you use the advice process. This is how we stay flat as an organization. Anytime you make a decision, tell the people who will be affected by the decision before you've decided anything, and get their advice. Also talk to experts on the topic. These people know what's going on. The people who might have a special insight into this work, into the decision, go talk to them before you finalize the decision while you're still open to changing your mind, and then get their advice. And then if they give you conflicting advice or anything, that's great, because now you get to know exactly what to argue against and why you have to do the decision that you're making. And it makes things go a lot easier. And then one last thing is we have a DAO. Who knew? Actually, we have a couple of votes that are going on right now. The TEC price is $2.28. That's pretty sweet considering the hatchers got in for $1. And we have still about $750,000 in the common pool. There's a couple of cool things up here right now. There's 20% in abstain. We have the CAD community funding, which is going to pass, but this one. It needs a little bit more vote to pass quicker. It's going to take a month and 8 days to pass. It's right on the cusp. Someone must have had fun making that like right on the line. So if you feel called, if you like to see CAD community get a little extra funding, definitely consider supporting that proposal. We also have the comms team, the marketing team proposal, which will pass much sooner in about 6 days. But you can speed that up by adding TEC tokens to it. Or if you don't like any of these proposals, you can always put your tokens on abstain and slow everything down. Make it actually harder to reach those to pass. There's also another proposal for retroactive funding for TEC. It's for about $1,000 to support the TEC's representation at ETH Denver. It needs 51,000 TEC tokens. And there's also in 2 days, this proposal will pass to adjust the tributes in the bonding curve to from 14.6% to 12.7%. So there we have it. And let's see with that, I'll pass it to, I don't know who's going to take it for the community stewards today. Maybe was anyone actually assigned to this? Or I can also, I'm like the constant backup.
Yeah.
Oh, you're taking it, Edu? Great.
No, you are no. You are the ones assigned to it.
Oh, perfect. Well then, I guess I'll do it. So welcome. I'm going to represent the community stewards today. Everyone's in Amsterdam, so I actually have a couple of these today. We meet as the community stewards. We meet every Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock in Europe. And this week, anytime that you want to see what's going on, we have this awesome sprint board. This is how we manage ourselves as a community. We keep sites so that anybody can see what is happening in the TEC at any time using this awesome ZenHub board. It's a little weird on my screen because it's so small, but we have these different pieces. So anytime you want to do something, or anytime someone wants somebody to do something, they can actually make an issue in GitHub, and we pass it around so you can see what is in progress. It looks like Viv's working on a survey bot. It looks like Livia's mapping out streams for Karma. We have government's Token Engineering Guild kickoff call. So there's all sorts of cool stuff happening. Mitch is executing the quant round 1 payout. He's in the works. If you want to see what's happening, you can go here and you can even engage with it by making an issue if there's something you want to see happen. And if you want to engage with the stewards as a whole, the community stewards are really the people, the leaders in the community that are leading working groups and in the know and understand and help us guide the direction of this DAO. There's this Steward Weekly meeting every Tuesday. And then we also have sprint planning on every other Friday. So we do sprints in 2 weeks. We have at the end of sprint planning, we have this really fun retrospective where we go through the mural boards and check out what was working well, what wasn't. And we just did our Stewards Council 2 hours ago as well. So all of these calls are open and live to watch. Thank you, Bear100 Praise, for recording so many of these calls. And you can always review them in the YouTube. This week, we had a really cool praise retrospective. Let's see here. I got to bring this to this other screen. So yeah, we're forming a financial working group. This is really Bear100 and Gideon and I think someone else is coming up to push a working group that's really going to focus on making us more regenerative to add more money to the common pool. We're also going to put together kind of expected milestones and a proposal template so for the audit, so that's cool. The stewards, there was like lots of stuff happening. There's the newsletters in the works, so much action in the rewards. I feel like a lot of this stuff will actually come up during this call. But the biggest news is probably that so much of our team is actually in Amsterdam. We have Zep, Wonka, Angela, Chewy, Nuggin, Tam, Chris, Sam, Paulo, and Anna Marie. That's 10 TEC maxis over there. So it's super cool to see them dancing around. Don't be shy to retweet on Twitter. And then, yeah, there's also a Twitter Spaces. There was a Twitter Spaces last week about the proposal inverter. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. And the recording is finally up. So definitely go check that out. Yeah, and don't be afraid to retweet. Retweet as much as you can. That's the biggest ask that I think the community stewards can give, especially to new people. It's a really easy way to get involved. Just retweet everything that you see from the TEC and help us chill on Twitter. I'll pass it to Wonka in Gravity.
Yeah, thanks, Griff. It's been really, really cool to chill Gravity here in Amsterdam. Everyone I talk to, I am like, hey, it's normal to have conflict in DAOs, and yeah, it's better if you build a culture of competence around it. So it's really amazing to be talking about this and representing the TEC. And we are preparing the third Graviton training. It will start soon. We were debating about the starting date, and we felt that we were pushing it too much to do it fast. So now we are going to go back to a little bit of the planning phase of the study plan, even if that slows our delivery. We really want to offer the best quality. And we have, for our call to actions on Tuesdays, we are having liberating structures and deep democracy practice with Lynn and Jeremy. These calls are amazing, and you will see and learn so much from Lynn and Jeremy. On Wednesdays, we're having our coordination call, which is focusing mainly right now on the Graviton training and also our internal processes. On Thursdays, but not today, we are having a book club, and we are reading the book Who Do We Choose to Be by Margaret Whitley. We will be reading chapter number 6, Interconnectedness, next week. And Fridays, we are having a call about psychology and mental health that is becoming a research with Bianca and Anna. Also, if you want to jump in. Also, we posted a blog post some weeks ago You can check it. And tomorrow we will be having an AMA at the Aragon Discord. So everyone is invited. We will be talking about conflict management, and they want to make a group like Gravity called Umbrella, and they will be we will be working together with them. So yeah, everyone is invited. With that, I will pass it to Softcup and Livy.
Thanks, Juanca. In SoftGov, we meet every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Europe time. And yeah, I have a few announcements today. One is that water proposal is up again, and this is the last day. So go rock the vote. It's there again because it didn't reach the quorum before, and we're going to talk a little bit about that soon. But water is a proposal to add liquidity to the TEC token, and there is a forum post explaining all about it. This discussion link, it's broken for some reason, so you can just click here and we'll lead you to the forum post. And if you have TEC tokens, please go vote. This is an important proposal for us, is using the laser tag funds. I mean, the funds from the buy-in that the laser tag is holding in the multi-sig wallet. So yeah, last day to vote. And this proposal brought the discussion of voter apathy plus high quorum. This is becoming a reality to us. What can we do about that? So we had an interesting discussion of what are some ways we can create more engagement for proposals without becoming heavy on calls. How could we bring more awareness? And Antti was very active on that discussion, and he committed to bring a proposal to next SoftGov call. So stay tuned, join the call if you're curious, and we'll continue talking about this. And also, SoftGov has been incubating a financial working group. This discussion started with just working group services. How could we understand that as a collective? And then how to bring revenue to the TEC? What are some utilities that the TEC token could have? And how can we structure that discussion? So we had a lot of material from multiple SoftGov calls and a Steward console that were all gathered. And then now Mertz, Mount Manu, Gideon, and Bear 100 took the initiative because it was part of our retrospective action for this print on what we can do better. So this is awesome that they created this document, and Ben's also created this spreadsheet that that informs will help us organize all of the revenue streams we have. What are the working groups, and how are they being funded? What are the expenses? What revenue streams do they have? Do they not have? And what are some ideas for discussion? So this working group is being planned. You'll hear a lot from them on that, and this will become maybe not a working group, but an initiative or a working group. This is still being discussed, but it will kick off soon. And also on the ecosystem health metrics, that's something we've been working on for a while. Ben's started to organize this spreadsheet for us to gather all the metrics from that we've been collecting from Ostrom's principles. And tomorrow at 8 p.m. Europe time, we have a meeting to go deeper into this metrics. So if you want to join, you're invited. And we also, I posted the governance guild, token engineering governance guild in the forum. This is a proposal that Angela wrote and envisioned. And we've been working on this idea, and we'll kick off in the 27th of April. So the idea is that this is a closed guild and not open for everyone to collaborate, but open for everyone to watch and give feedback in the forum and participate, so we can keep a focused group that is working with token engineering hard skills like modeling and simulations. And with that, I'll pass to Edu with Communitas.
Sorry, my mic. Do you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Hear you great.
There you go. Sorry. So Communitas working group, we tackle what is about community building, onboarding, welcoming, and user journey in the TEC. So if you're interested in these topics, don't hesitate to join. Our weekly meetings are Mondays, 8 p.m. CET, where we basically, in the last meetings, it has become more of a workshop. But all discussions regarding the community are open there. We also have the orientation call that happens on Thursdays, 7 p.m. CET, just before this call. And we have the TEC Lounge, where we talk about non-related to work conversations. It happens on Fridays, 4 p.m. CET. And then on these weekly updates for Communitas Working Group, we did the outreach to activate Praise, meaning people who have not yet activated their Praise accounts, so they could not receive TEC tokens when the distribution was going to be done. We reached out around 170 people, and the complete list was about 213 people. 40 of them were not found. Either they were not on the server, or they either changed their names, or God knows what. So probably these people will have to be manually send the TEC tokens. But yeah, that's on that end. And there is another people who I message publicly, since they have their DMs closed and stuff like that. So we praise Costa also for helping with the outreach. And then we have this document that Griff is sharing on the screen, which is the TEC engagement process. It's a working on document that we are sharing like a broken record on the last 2 weeks. And mainly it's because we want everyone to take a look at it and bringing this into the loop. This will translate eventually into a proposal in the forum. But for now, this is on the process of building. And the idea is that we will create or map out, let's say. We will map out the process and the journey for a user in the TEC, and trying to cover the gaps where there are gaps, because right now we are more focused on onboarding and welcoming. But what happens after onboarding and welcoming someone? And the idea is that we create this layout that serves as a guide for everyone to understand what will be the next steps and so on. So these are part of the initiatives that we are trying to achieve with this. And then on the last call, we talked with Gideon. Gideon is leading the design of this process. And on the Communitas working group call, we talk about what makes you a TEC member. And there were various answers to this topic. And we also discuss what will be the next steps. And one of the things that we are trying to, and this is a preview of that we are trying to do for probably the next 2 weeks, is to bring the trivia to the TEC, the trivia that happens on OneHive. So we are trying to build a trivia social space here on the TEC, expected to happen on May. So looking forward for a proposal to that on the forum too. And besides that, I think that's pretty much all. We had the morning today, 5 people show up. It was really nice. We have a lot of interest on token economics and how to build and how to do token economics and where to find, where's the rabbit hole about token economics. So those were the main questions today on the orientation call. And I look forward to anyone who wants to join the TEC Lounge tomorrow. I know there is a burden on calls on the TEC at the moment. There's so many calls. But if you want to just talk about whatever, in the meantime, you have lunch. You're welcome to the TEC Lounge on Friday, tomorrow, 4 p.m. CET. Don't make fun of me, Mitch. And then we'll pass it on to Omega Working Group.
Does anyone want to represent Omega? If not, I can take it, of course. So Omega is where we talk about the ethics of token engineering and really dive deep into the other aspects of the space. The Shebnem is a great steward, and we meet every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 8 p.m. in Europe. And this lately, we've been really looking at the Consilience library and weaving in all the flows. So there's a major upgrade to the working group proposal and the TE Ethics Initiative, which is going to come soon. Started back tracing how consensus around the library proposal emerged and patterns moving forward. So, of course, no one goes more meta than Omega, looking at how they passed their own proposal and understanding that pattern. So there's a co-creation of an Imaginarium on dynamic energy budget to capture all the flows and upgrade the commons for TE. It's making sure that there's utility around the ethics, like how do we weave this into something that's beneficial to the token engineering commons as well. And also there's a lot of DAO to DAO working with the Consilience library, although it's not actually really. Oh yeah, there it is. It's at the end. So the TEC Consilience library it's starting to have its own working group call. Or no, actually, this is the same time as I guess it's gonna. Oh wait, join our creative jams on Monday and Wednesday before the call. So the next working group call is at 8 p.m., but there's actually going to be a cool jam before that to do a hack session on the TEC Consilience library. So that should be interesting as well. And I also don't see, I'm going to be presenting all these working groups by the end of this. I don't see YGG here, so I can also just throw down for TEC Labs. TEC Labs has all sorts of events that if you want to get deep into the token engineering space, I know Rumi does because he was asking earlier in a different call. There's so many events happening. There's a Discord bot army event. So if you want to learn how to make Discord bots, 5IV and YGG are teaming up to show us all the way. This has been going on every Friday since early March, and they're finishing up the series and I think there's only 3 more left. So definitely, if you want to get involved in developing Discord bots, you don't want to miss these. They're amazing teachers. The proposal inverter workshops happen in the PrimeDAO Discord. We're the first group to fund this awesome project. So definitely check that out. And there's a few links here if you want to learn more about the proposal inverter. And then there's open office hours in Longtail Financial and Block Science on Tuesday and Thursday at noon West Coast time in the Longtail Financial Discord. And in the Block Science Discord, there's an open office hour with Michael Sargom and the crew at 9 a.m. On a Zoom call. And if you want to find the link to the Zoom, or if you want to know about the countless other, actually there's a second page here. But if you want to know about all these events, definitely check out the TEC Labs calendar. So you can click this link here and you'll be able to add this into your Google Calendar and see so many token engineering events that are happening. And I definitely want to, I think Patty will talk about TE fundamentals and the rest of this. So I think we can if you're interested in helping to build the TEC Lab, YGG is looking for more support so we can organize this a little stronger. And so if you're interested in being in supporting TEC Labs, definitely reach out to YGG. We want to make this a more formal working group. And let's see. With that, I'll pass it to comms. Does anyone, Acid Laser, are you down to take on comms?
Yeah, I will take it. Thank you. Okay, hello everyone. So the comms working group, now the team DAO. We meet every Monday with the teams, with the Twitter, the TEC Academy, animation, translations, and on Tuesday we have the marketing team, previously the hotspot, and the comms regular call. So in the updates of the week, we still have active at Gardens the marketing team proposal. If you want to support it, it has almost passed, so it will be cool to have it done. And we have the new proposals at the forum about the marketing one and the animation. And in the Teams update, starting with the TE Academy, they are starting outreach for education opportunities around TEC and other communities. We have previously talked about doing some TE Academy at other communities like Her DAO, Blue DAO, and also a real life event at Mexico about a community called Espacio Crypto. And an animation, well, we've had the new forum update, and we are working now with the reward system video. Still working with the script and storyboard. With marketing, their second newsletter is coming up, and it's very cool. I already saw it, and I think the most important thing there is that we appear in the Impact DAO of Owoki. So it's very cool. And translation team, they are working in the gravity process ongoing in different languages. And interior planning, we are implementing some tips that Twitter expert called Steve gave it to us. So it will help a lot. And I invite you tomorrow to the meme party. So be prepared with your memes, and that's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Acid Laser. Thanks for the alpha on the newsletter. That's exciting. So I'll take it for transparency, and because Zeptimus is in wherever, Amsterdam. So we meet every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time or 5 p.m. CET. Definitely check it out. They're really fun calls. The big thing is that we're working on the audit. Ephra is killing it on the design, making it all pretty. So just like last round, it'll be very beautiful by the end of it. And there's also a forum post about the TE meeting protocols, terms, and disclaimers. That is definitely worth checking out. Other than that, it's kind of a slow week for transparency since there's so much happening in Amsterdam. And I'll also take it for legal, which is Ivy is the working group lead. We have distributed the retroactive bonuses, so we passed a proposal to have 10K sitting on the side just in case there's any legal issues within the TEC, so we can act on it, and then have an extra 2K to retroactively reward the people who made our legal structure happen. So thank you so much to everybody, and we were able to actually distribute the bonus, which is cool. We're currently working with SoftGov to update the covenant, and there's some progress with Teresa and some other lawyers who have come in to support us on the content ownership agreement. So to make sure that we have ownership rights over any content that's produced for us as a DAO. So, and if you have any friends that are legal experts and would like to jump in to the bleeding edge of token engineering and the crypto space, so definitely invite them to the legal working group calls that happen every other week. And I believe we have one tomorrow. And with that, I'll pass it to Livia to take on the rewards working group, or is it Mitch? Who's taking it?
It's Mitch.
Yeah. That's our crazy announcement. So Livia, yeah. We have a meeting every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard, 8 o'clock Central European. And right in the updates there, Livia decided to pass the torch to myself, so I'll be the steward of the rewards working group going forward. You can see I'm just glowing, I love it. No, actually, it's great. I'm super stoked about the reward system. So Quant 7 just closed. We're going to be having a quant review session right after this call. So if you are curious about the reward system or you are a quantifier, this is a great place to join, and you can see the process in a bit more detail and help us make it better. So yeah, jump in right after this call. ZUA just posted this hot off the press like literally 10 minutes ago with some really great analysis from Rad about some of the corner issues where quantifiers disagree with each other and maybe how we can give some more clarity for the quantification process. And so these are some suggestions based on our discussion in the review sessions. and it's totally open for advice. So go in, read it, check it out, leave us your thoughts, and hopefully we can make our onboarding process better through going through this stuff. After that, we mentioned last week that SourceCred is shutting down as an org, so it looks like a lot of the SourceCred repositories won't be maintained anymore. Right now it works. The plan is to keep using SourceCred until it's no longer usable and hopefully find or build a better solution post MVP. After that, we've got a forum post coming up from Zep, Nuggin, Chewy that'll just be going over the parameters that the reward system is going to be using. And hopefully we'll be, after that forum post, we're able to start paying people with TEC for the praise that they've received. So all of our hard work comes to fruition when we can start paying people TEC out of the reward board budget. After that, become a quantifier. It's your civic duty. We need more quantifiers. Like now more than ever, we are quantifying so much praise, doing all of the retroactive work. So, I mean, if you've got an hour weekly and you know enough about the TC and you have the time to do a little bit of onboarding, like get in there and just like start quantifying praise. Many hands make for light work, so it really helped us out. And the last one, this is kind of a PSA. The TEC praise bot is not a scam, okay? If you get a DM from the praise bot, it is legit, I promise, okay? Vai worked super hard on this. This is ours, okay? Don't block him, don't ignore him. He's telling you something important. So, yeah, TEC praise bot is your friend. And I think after that, I've got nothing else. Oh, there's a little slide here just showing you a little bit more about the commands to use. So just go ahead and check that out. I think it's been up for a while. But just so you know, praising and everything, the format's changed. So just get up to date there. And I won't take any more time. And we can pass it back to Griff.
Nice. And I can throw it over to Patty to shill the Token Engineering Academy.
Hey, thanks. So we have lots going on Token Engineering Academy. I couldn't be here in the last call, but we are now in Amsterdam, and T Fundamentals is still being built. It's going to be released in Q3. And until then, if you want to become a token engineer, if you want to learn more about it, you don't want to wait until the course is finished, is ready to go, you can just prepare. And we have finished recently a cycle of study groups with where we read and discussed articles about what is to be a token engineer, what is token engineering, and now we are opening these same sessions around the globe, and these sessions happen in your local language, in your local time zone. So for this, we have some hosts already volunteering, and many more that are interested. So it should be a good way to prepare. And this is the first way I would recommend you. And the second is on April 27th. We have a hard skills. I don't think there's a slide for that. Sorry. If you have any questions, just ping me on Discord. We have a hard skills session. It's a 1 hour call, 1.5 hours, I think. And we're going to be focusing on whoever is more advanced in token engineering and has already used machinations or wants to know what it is. So if you want to be there, if you want to see what is it, get more in touch, more involved, just join. You can find more information in our Twitter. You can ping me and just come. Always a good way for you to become more involved and understand a little bit more about how to be a token engineer. And yeah, that's it. We are in Amsterdam also. We had a wonderful workshop, a wonderful panel, and yeah, and that's it for me. I think time is yeah. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll pass it back to you, Griff.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad you finally have time. At the end, sometimes it's always cramped. It's like, oh no, I gotta go fast. Finally, we actually made it through. So thank you all for coming to the great Token Engineering Community Call. I believe that next we have, next on the calendar, what do we have today? I think, Wonka, are you hosting a call today? Yeah.
No, the book club got postponed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so no book club today, but there is a Praise Quant review session. If you want to see the, well, actually, Mitch, do you want to show the Praise Quant review session? Invite people to it?
It's happening right after this call. Sorry, I need 2 minutes.
No worries. Yeah, so basically we're going to review the results of the Praise Quant and adjust it if needed and talk about these things. So if you want to see the inner workings of how does praise get quantified, if you want to see how the sausage is made, definitely come to the rewards working group call, which is happening in the rewards voice channel a little bit further down the Discord. Thank you all for coming.
Sausage, man. Come on. Nobody's going to come now.
I know. Well, it's, I'm sorry. I tried to give you a chance to shill it, Mitch. I tried.
Yeah. Come help us make the reward system better. Join us in 2 minutes.
Yes, there it is. And I'll give you all a minute back. Thank you all for coming. It was a great, another great community call. And we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.